I think you should tell them that there's no medical indication for it. But if the parents are insisting on it, what are you gonna tell them?
No.
No for what?
You
that
have
you
the
won't
right
do
to
it.
put down.
Because what about the child's right?
Yeah, I completely agree that the child should have a say.
So why wouldn't you tell the
again,
parents
because
no?
in medicine we have autonomy as well, and sometimes in a lot of other issues, the autonomy of a child is deferred to their parents.
Yeah, but
so that's where
it's
it
not a
becomes
birth
tricky.
defect, right? It's not a medical condition to
I
have
completely
foreskin.
agree with you.
You couldn't remove an earlobe, correct?
Yeah.
If the parent
I
wanted
agree
it
with you
to
on
be
that
done?
one. Yeah.
So
But-
why can't you just say no, and then if they want to find a doctor that is unethical enough to do it, then have them do it? Why have that on your conscience? And maybe if all the doctors got together and say, we're not going to do this, this is the only way we're going to stop this from happening.
I think there's another way of stopping this from happening is what you guys are doing. So good job.
Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Raising
Thank you for your
awareness,
support.
and I saw your presence on Twitter and on Facebook. I think that helps a lot. And when you come to conferences like this, you will change minds.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hassan, what did you think when you saw the protesters here today?
I was happy
Why is that?
because this is not the first time that I saw intactivists.
Yes.
And I think we are very vocal about female genital mutilation, but when it comes to male genital mutilation, nobody talks about it, or at least they perceive it differently. So I think it's good that you guys are talking about this. It's good to raise awareness about it. I'm a gynecologist, and I trained to do circumcisions, and I did a lot of circumcisions in my training. I haven't done any circumcisions since I graduated, but that's also because I moved to Canada, and in Canada, OBGYNs are not always the ones doing it. Yeah. I am morally opposed to it, but I do not take the extreme position as many activists when they say we should ban it or we should. I think what we should do is we should educate the parents mostly about it and the public, but I don't think you can force parents not to do it if they believe they should. You know, it's tricky. It's tricky because, like I was saying earlier, in many other cases, we defer the consent of babies to their parents. So we're not going to come and take the consent from the parents just for this issue. And that's why, in my opinion, we should focus more and more about awareness and education, that there is no evidence for any medical benefit for this practice. So why do it? And there might be harm. Or at least if you really want to do it, just wait until your kid grows up and then ask them their opinion and see what they want to do.
But there is harm. The scar that's left behind is an indication of the harm.
You're right. You know,
we no
there.
longer have a penis that functions as nature intended. You know, with the mobile shaft skin and protection for the glands.
Yeah. You know, there could be harm, but this becomes like there are multiple layers to this discussion. When something is done so commonly, then it becomes harder to decipher where do you draw the line, or what's harmful and what's not. I tried to talk about female circumcision with my patients who had female circumcision done to them, and at certain points I was trying to speak from a perspective of defending their rights, and at many points they were stopping me and saying I'm stepping on their rights. So it's a little tricky when something is very culturally acceptable. In order to change it, I don't think you should ban it. I think you should educate the public.
I think you're
about
absolutely right. And, you know, having been an activist in the tactics for this is the key. There are many issues. There are many issues that only change when the public opinion reaches more than 50%. And we see this with
Yes,
gay marriage,
that's
we
true.
see this with racial issues, misogyny, and so on.
So hopefully this will change. Hopefully this will change. I mean, just a religious reason is not a good reason to do it, and a cultural reason is not a good reason to do it. But to ask me to ban it or to, as a physician, to deny the service, it's very challenging. It's very challenging.
Is it your job as a physician to only use surgery as a last resort for an actual ailment after less invasive treatments have been tried and failed?
You know, I think that's a good argument to use as well. Yeah.
Well, I sure
All right.
appreciate you talking with me. Thank you
Sure.
very much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.